Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Joy of Sticks. Stickhead here with your Atari ST gaming channel. Now, I have got some packages to share with you, and one very exciting package indeed. More on that later, but let's have a look at the other ones first. What have we got then? Okay, let's do this one first. It's an interesting sound coming from the inside of this one. What could it be? Here we go. Oh, it's upside down. There we have it. Outrun. The box is a bit squished and misshapen, but not very bashed up around the edges, and it hasn't got any of that nasty mould, though there is something brown and disconcerting on the end there, which I hope is chocolate. But there you go, the biggest selling computer game of 1987, Outrun. And the reason it's got a funny sound is because if we look inside and go beyond the manual and the special offer, check out that groovy t-shirt. I do actually want one of those. That would be awesome. And I knew this from the I got it rock bottom on eBay, but bit of a dodgy disc, which is unfortunate. But I think I might actually have this upstairs in the attic, just the disc on its own, maybe. Hopefully I have, because then I could replace this out and have a much nicer disc in the box. But yeah, the reason it's making such a funny noise is because it comes with the tape of the soundtrack. Don't actually have a tape player anywhere in the house. I might have one in the loft, hopefully, so I can listen to that at some point. But that would be awesome. The original soundtrack music from the arcade machine. How cool is that? I'll enjoy listening to that. So you go, Outrun. Now, to be honest, it's rubbish. It's not a very good conversion, the ST version. It really isn't. Obviously pales in comparison to the arcade version, but then it's not actually as good as some of the 8-bit versions either. But the reason I got it was that it's one of the first games I ever played on the ST, because it was part of the power pack. When my uncle got his ST, he had that big black folder type thing with, was it about 20 games in there? But some really good games, and that might be the Outrun I've got, actually. I'd probably put that in there still anyway. But yeah, so this was one of the first games. I remember it taking ages to load, because one of the great things about my uncle having the ST was that, you know, games loaded in 10 seconds rather than, you know, 15 minutes or whatever it was. But this actually did take a long time to load. I've no idea why. Maybe it uses some kind of compression routine or something to fit all the tracks and detail in. But yeah, it takes a long time to load, and it's not really that good, really. But still, it's Outrun, and Outrun is cool. It's got a great soundtrack. I love the way the tape is obviously of the arcade version, but I actually really like the ST version of the soundtrack. The sound chip does a really good job of Magical Sound Shower in particular. Right, package number 2. Let's make sure we don't give away any details. Now this one has come, I believe, all the way from Australia. Am I right in thinking that, though? He's used a French company to get it here, maybe? Oh, actually, I don't know, maybe it's from France. This is, let's see, oh blimey, so much packing tape, this is going to take a while to get into. This is from a guy called Keeper Garrett, a subscriber to the channel and proprietor of an excellent blog called Single Button Joystick. I suggest you check that out, because it is a cracking blog. Now he's an Amiga fan, mostly. He likes a few other things. I know he's into Sega as well. But he's an Amiga fan mostly, and he messaged me the other day and said, I've accidentally bought an Atari ST game. And of course, I immediately thought, how do you accidentally buy an ST game? But obviously he thought he was bidding or buying an Amiga version, whereas in actual fact he got an ST version. So he messaged me and asked me if I wanted it, which is lovely. Really generous of him, so I've said yes, of course. I would love to take it off your hands. And then I offered him, in return, something in return. Asked him what he collected for, and he said, what did he say? Amiga, did he say? And Super Nintendo? No. He definitely said Sega anyway. So I said I had a load of Mega Drive games knocking around that weren't getting any use. So gave him the choice of those, and he chose Buck Rogers, Countdown to Doomsday, which is a brilliant game. So if he hasn't received that already, that will be winging its way to him. And he asked me to send that to Australia, which is so that game's doing some distance. Think of the carbon footprint, of these games. It's ridiculous. Almost in, getting there. This is unbelievably well packed. Thank you very much, Mr. Keeper Garrett, sir. I didn't pack his quite as nicely. Feeling quite guilty now. But then, you know, it's a plastic case, isn't it? They're much more durable. So here we go. It is Lotus Turbo Challenge 2. I haven't actually played this one very much. I had a quick go back in the day. But it was the original that I had, which went by a longer name, I think. Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But yeah, the first one. Turbo Challenge 1. And loved it. I really, really enjoyed that. It's one of the better racing games on the ST. It's very stripped back when you look at it, and it's, you know, not much graphical detail. And even when you play it in one-player mode, it's still a split screen, and you only go on the top screen. So I mean, it has its faults, but really, a racing game is all about sense of speed and the thrill of overtaking, and that game delivers both of those. So it'd be really interesting to play this. Now, having a look at the screenshot on the back there, you notice that single player fills the whole screen, so that would be nice. It's a bit more of a traditional arcade racer. You can see in the screenshot as well, it's got a countdown timer. So I'm guessing it's not a race as such where you've got to place first, but you've got to actually beat the timer, or maybe it's both. So let's have a look inside. Oh nice, he's wrapped everything up in newspaper as well to keep the discs protected. I wonder why he's asked me to send it to Australia. It's really bizarre. Yeah, perhaps he does a lot of travelling, I don't know, but everything in the package is from France, so I hope there hasn't been some kind of horrible mistake. I'll have to message him later and find out. But there you go. There's the disc, Lotus Turbo Challenge 2 disc, and the manual. Looking good. So yeah, thank you very much for that, Keeper Garrett. That was lovely of you to think of me. I can only imagine your frustration upon realising it was the ST version. So yeah, that's nice. I profited from that. And right, package number 3. Which is a big beast. Let's make sure I'm not going to give away any details on the sides and the bottom. It's a big beast. Now, this is from another subscriber called InsertDiskB. He's an Atari ST fan. He said he had a load of games knocking about that he didn't want anymore, and asked me for my address so he could send them to me, which is just absolutely incredible. So thank you very much for that, mate. I'm most appreciative of that. Let's crack it open, shall we, and find out what we've got. I mean, this one's come from France as well, so I can only imagine how much it actually cost to post. Right, I'm going to have to rip the box, I think, which is a shame, unless I'm Yes, it's glued. That's tire ici pour ouvrir. Yeah, I don't speak French, as you can probably tell. Whoa. So yeah, there was like a tear strip on the top there. For easy opening. I mean, look at this. This is lovely packaging. All the games really nicely protected. Right, let's see what is sent, shall we? Okay, game number 1. Oh, awesome. Vroom. And I've actually been looking at a few auctions for this on eBay, and not gone for them. And not won them, rather. Vroom is brilliant. I was just talking about a racing game living and dying by its sense of speed. Vroom has the best sense of speed of any Atari ST racing game. That is absolutely cracking. So yeah, we've got the insert, a white and a cream coloured disc, and the manual. Now I'm going to zoom through these quite quickly, but rest assured they shall feature again on my channel at some point. Now, Vroom is straight into the core collection, no doubt about that. Some of these I might need to play and decide whether they go in the core collection or not, or whether they're banished to the upstairs room. Next one is Hero Quest, which is really interesting. The other day I was watching a video on Trusteft's channel of him playing Space Crusade, which is obviously by the same people. And the board game is from the same people too. What are they called? Games Workshop. So I'd imagine it's the same, but with the Hero Quest rules. So that will be interesting to play. See if that makes it into the core collection. Alright, next one. Oh, I didn't show you the inside there, did I? Let's have a quick look at each one. Again, nicely packed. Everything's really well looked after. And a meaty manual. And the, what is that? A registration card. Absolutely brilliant. I've got a sneaky suspicion that will make it into the core collection too. And next one, game number 3, Falcon. I've never played this. Wasn't a big fan of flight simulation games back in the day, though I did really enjoy Fighter Bomber. So I'm going to enjoy looking at this. That's interesting. On the sticker there it says Falcon. Oh, what am I saying? Yeah, it's called Falcon. What? It's just, sorry, mental blank there for a moment. So we've got discs. We've got, that disc says Shuffle Put Cafe on it. It'll be interesting to see if it has Shuffle Put Cafe or if it's the save game. We've got a quick keyboard reference card, absolutely vital for flight simulators. To be honest, one of the reasons why I never got into flight simulators back in the day was because most of my games were pirated. So I just had the disc, no manual, no quick start guide, no keyboard reference, so you know what I mean, you were on your own. There were no hand-holding tutorials of those games back in the day. So that was, they were really difficult to play and you just have to kind of suss it out for yourself. So that was a big barrier to entry for me, and one that I never got over for a lot of games. I wonder why Fighter Bomber was different. I don't know. Oh yes, this is awesome. This is another one, an absolute shoe-in to the core collection. Viz. Fantastic. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the best racing. Oh bollocks! All your toilet humour favourites, including Biffa Bacon, Johnny Farty Pants, Buster Gonad, and the Fat Slags. Brilliant. The reason this is a... Oh, hello. Little cheeky Blasteroids inside as well. The reason this is a shoe-in for inclusion in the core collection is that the demo of this was one of the first games that I ever played on the ST, on my own ST. When I got it for Christmas, I had a Zero magazine with a demo of that on the cover disc. So, so yeah, I played the demo a lot, but I've never actually played the full game, so that's brilliant. We didn't look at the back, did we? There you go. So yeah, politically correct it is not, as you can see by this guy polishing his oversized knackers on that screenshot. And here we go, Blasteroids. Now this is an Asteroids, I won't say sequel, because it's probably not by Atari. Published by Imageworks, so there you go. We always like the plastic cases, much more durable. Oh, and there we go. Now I don't know if this received a big box release or not, or if it was always a small box. That'll be interesting to find out. But the great thing about this is, apart from the fact that it's a really good Blasteroids game that adds, you know, pickups and boss battles and stuff like that, it also adds simultaneous 2-player, which is a bonus. And you can actually dock with your ship, because you can change your ship between a big, heavily armoured but slow ship. There's a middle-sized ship with best firepower, and there's a tiny ship which is fast but lightly armoured. And if you're playing 2-player, one of you can be the big ship and one of you can be the little ship, and you can actually dock together so that the little ship becomes a turret on the big ship, which is a great mechanic to add, and that was really enjoyable to co-op play. Okay, I can't remember what game we're up to now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Game number 6 is iShar 2. Another game that I never played back in the day. A very in-depth, deep-looking role-playing game, which will be interesting to play. And maybe this could be my first long play on the channel. I've been meaning for quite some time to do a series of videos where I really get into a game, but never got round to it. On 3 discs, it's obviously a lengthy adventure. And the manual. So yeah, I mean, this is a candidate for that treatment. What other games have I got in my collection that I could do that with? Damocles, maybe. What else is over there? BSS Jane Seymour. I'd like to share that, because that's a game you don't hear talked about very much, but it's actually really, really good. Blood Witch, Cadaver, is it Carrier Command maybe? There's quite a few games over there that would benefit from a series of videos rather than just the one-off, so that might be something I do in the future. Another game which might happen with, this was inside that box, The Bard's Tale, which has gained more fame recently for its iOS and other, is it an original Xbox release and stuff like that? But I know that on the iOS version you've actually got the original in there as well, which you can play, so that's nice. Nice indeed. A manual and a quick start guide, and inside here we have colour maps, which is nice. Very cool. I mean, I can't believe how generous InsertDiskB has been. Absolutely incredible. So many games. I thought there were loads because there was a big box, but then there are also games within those boxes, so it's just overwhelming really. Can't get this back in for some reason. It's too thick. Oh, there we go, just about. Now this is a game that I've never even heard of before, let alone played. Is that sealed? And it's sealed. So I can't open it to show you because it's still sealed. So that opens the debate. Do I break the seal to open it up and play it, or do I leave it in its untarnished state? Or do I peel away the sides to try and reach the disc within? But that's interesting. What kind of game is this then? From Lancourt, same company who produced Vroom, a French company. It looks like some kind of puzzly game, maybe? I don't know. Rolling your ball around. I know nothing about it. And the bump on the back doesn't really tell you very much either. Okay, next one. Utopia. Now this is a game that I saw reviews of in magazines, like the ones on the back here. The One, it's probably where I read it actually, in The One for Atari ST games, and it got 93%. They raved, and I was a big fan of Populous, so that's a game that I would really, really like to play, and I've never got round to playing it in any form whatsoever. So yeah, that would be brilliant. There's the discs. Utopia. What have we got here? Light Corridor, which I think is a Light Cycles game. Planetarium. Don't know if that's a game or some kind of astronomy guide. Big, chunky manual. Look at the state of that. There's only 2 languages in there as well. Oh, this is nice. A tutorial to get you up and running, which is always useful in games like that. Okay. And the games keep on coming. What have we got here? F-29 Retaliator. Another flight sim to sink my teeth into. Very cool. There's some kind of special spy planey type thing from the US government. I have to rattle through these now, I'm running out of time. The kids will be back any moment now. And a manual. And, oh, what's this? This is interesting. Look at that. Somebody's written their own quick start guide. I don't know if this was InsertDiskB himself or somebody else has written their own quick start guide with the range of different weapons and all the different keys. That probably will come in really handy. There we go. And this seems to be the last one. Oh, fantastic. Captain Blood. Captain Blood. Another one where I've been watching a lot of eBay auctions and missing out at the last minute, or forgetting about them and not bidding at all. Happens now and again. This is, again, a game that I've not played very much, but it's widely regarded as an absolute classic, so I thought it must be an addition. It needed to be an addition to the core collection, so that is brilliant. Absolutely super. The great thing about Captain Blood is that I did play it back in the day, but a pirated version, and it's got a really devious copy protection in it, where part of the game is I think your alien is dying, and he's got to find his clones so that he can assimilate their DNA and stop this disease that he has from progressing and killing him. And if you don't manage to do so quickly enough, he starts to degrade. Now if you look at the screenshot here, you see his hand is pointing up, and that's how you interface in the game. It's like your mouse cursor. You move around and select things. But if you don't assimilate DNA quick enough, he degrades to the point where he can't control his hand, so it starts to wobble around and it's really hard to select stuff. But what they did for the copy protection is they let you play the game. They didn't even give you a warning saying this is a pirated game, go out and buy the proper thing. And he would just start to wiggle about really badly straight away, almost immediately. So, you know, you'd get your first 10 minutes of play, and then it would start doing that. And, you know, back in the day, I just thought it was part of the game. whereas of course it was because it was a pirated version, so they were punishing me for stealing their game, and fair play to them. I think that was brilliant. So it'd be nice to have the original and actually play it and get further than 10 minutes in, because there's so many innovative parts to this game. It just sounds absolutely fascinating, especially the communicating with alien races through the use of symbols. It's got its own syntax and language in there, so fascinating. I mean, that's just incredible. How many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games, unless I missed any games within. Oh, and the copied games that are in there as well. So huge thank you to InsertDiskB. Overwhelmed by that generosity. That's incredible. A lot of those are going to go straight into the core collection, and some of them I'll play first, like Falcon and Ice Shard 2 and this Elemental, to see if they make it into the core collection. But yeah, absolutely incredible. Thank you very much. And a huge thank you to Keeper Garrett for his mistaken purchase of Lotus Turbo Challenge 2 as well. That's another shoe-in to the core collection. All these games will feature on the channel at some point. It's just a matter of finding time to get through them. But yeah, that's a huge addition there to the core collection, and some new games to play as well. So brilliant. Hope you enjoyed me opening those. That was really exciting for me. I really enjoyed it. And hope to see you again soon. Bye bye. Oh, I just missed something. Just managed to, as I was tidying up the box, I noticed that there was a note inside. So I hope InsertDiskB doesn't mind me sharing that with you. I'll just scan it and make sure there's nothing too personal. No, it says, "Hi Mark, I hope this package will get to you in good shape, and also that UK postmen are not as careless as the ones around here." Well, to be honest, mate, you've packaged it so well, they could have kicked it here, launched it in a cannon, and it would have been absolutely fine. I could not fit every ST game I wanted in this box, much less any Amiga DOS games as I intended to. This will have to wait for the next shipment. Also, yo dog, I heard you like boxes, so I put some boxes in your boxes. So you can enjoy your boxes while opening your boxes. Yes, very good. In other words, there's some other games, small cases or small cardboard boxes inside some of the bigger ones. Enjoy. And I think he's called Dimitri, perhaps. InsertDisk. Oh, he's actually got InsertDisk 2 there. I've been calling him by the wrong name, maybe. But yeah, so that's incredible. Thank you, Dimi. That's, as I say, really, really generous, and I've really enjoyed opening them, and I'll get loads of fun from playing them as well. So thanks a lot, mate. Take care.